If you ever felt rejected by your specific person and you want to ensure the fact that they actually love you and that you're grateful for the relationship you have with them, in this video, you understand how it is yourself who made your specific person to reject you, and you'll be able to take responsibility of that so that you can experience again the love and affection you have with one another in your relationships. So, if this is something important for you, stay with me until the end, and I'm sure you will be in a much better position, feeling confident about the love that you experience with your specific person rather than feeling rejected by them. That being the case, let us directly begin. Hey, my friend, I am Daniel from the channel Soulful Relationships. And if you are new to this channel, I would love you to subscribe because if you have the intention to experience only conscious, uplifting, supportive, and healthy relationships with everybody in your life, then the content that I produce here will get you exactly to that stage. Like everything I do here is with this intention to help you experience only the relationships you want in your life. So that being the case, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I would love to see you around. Now, let us get into this video. So maybe you have heard Neville Goddard if you've read his material and like you're into the wall of assumption. Maybe you have heard Neville Goddard talk about the idea that everybody in our life is us pushed out. So everybody in your life is you pushed out. And maybe you have also heard that there is no one to change but self, because you cannot really experience anything other than the contents of your consciousness. Now, let us contemplate a little bit about these things that Neville shared, these concepts, and see how they apply in attracting your specific person and not feeling rejected by them. So, anytime you feel rejected by your specific person, well, this is because somewhere in yourself you have rejected yourself from feeling love and respect for them. So, when you reject your specific person, when you feel rejected by your specific person, then this means that you have rejected them yourself beforehand. And how this happens is that maybe in an interaction, maybe in a conversation you've had with them, you have assumed like a judgment you had about something that they said, which wasn't exactly what they mean. So you have perceived something that your specific person has said through a limited perspective, that maybe maybe they said something that was rude, but this wasn't their intention. And you perceive it this way because maybe a part of you feels that you will be rejected yourself if you speak about what you want and what you need from your relationships. And this is like a really widespread limiting belief that many people pursuing conscious relationships and generally long-term romantic relationships have, that if I speak up my needs and desires and my boundaries in my relationships, maybe other people wouldn't accept me and it will be too much for them. So maybe I wouldn't deserve to be loved if I speak about my needs, desires, and boundaries in my relationships. So anytime my specific person shares about their boundaries, desires, and needs in that relationship, I perceive that as a threat, and I perceive it in a way as if I am rejected. This is because maybe part of you have rejected your own desires, needs, and boundaries that you need from your specific person in a relationship that you pursue with them. Does that make sense? Maybe because part of you holds this belief that I wouldn't be lovable if I speak up my boundaries, my needs, and my desires. And I am afraid of that. And because this is the case, anytime my specific person shares their needs, shares their desires, and shares their boundaries, I feel as if they're rejecting them. So I'm perceiving, I'm misjudging what they mean by my perception, because in myself I hold this limiting belief. Can you see how that makes sense, my friend? Can you see how that may relate to your experience? Because again, anytime you feel rejected by your specific person. This is just reflecting back to you how you have rejected your own vision of what you want your specific person to be like and how you need them to be like, your vision about them, your desires, your dreams about them, your boundaries about your what you're not willing to tolerate. Does it make sense? And if you feel reject and if you have rejected in yourself already that vision, then they're just reflecting to you what you have rejected within yourself. They're reflecting back to you your limiting beliefs. And then you have a misjudgment about what they say that makes you feel rejected. So the moment you accept that and take responsibility, this is the exact moment when you actually feel grateful and confident that they're reflecting back to you what you need to learn about yourself to become more confident and secure within the love you want to experience with your specific person. Because think about it this way: if everybody is you pushed out, if you don't feel love and respect for the vision you have of your specific person, how do you expect your specific person to love and respect you back? So it kind of makes sense that you feel rejected, doesn't it? Because if you have rejected your own vision, of course they will reflect back to you this rejection. So I would suggest to you really to contemplate if you have this belief. Do I feel that it is something bad and it might be a little too much if I commit myself to my own desires, needs, and boundaries in the relationship I want with my specific person? And am I rejecting this from myself? And if I do, is this related to how I feel rejected by them? Because if you contemplate that, then you're taking responsibility. And now I just want to give you an example, a more practical example, so that you can maybe see how this plays out in your relationships. Many times, to many people I have spoken, many of my personal clients, I saw that, and in my life also, I have saw that I have seen that they experience maybe too arrogant and too demanding partners and people who they attract. And now the reason that happens is because if you perceive your partner to be too arrogant and too demanding of you, it's because again, like, you do not have respect and love for your own needs. And because you don't have respect and love for your own needs, you attract somebody who wouldn't respect and love you the way you would want to respect and love yourself on the inside first. So, and this happens, this is something that I keep warning in the relationship that I am in right now, for example. It's like I become a little arrogant and a little too demanding of my partner anytime I am not taking responsibility of my own assumptions of them. Because what they say and what they mean, what my partner says and means, can be different than what I perceive they say and mean. And anytime I do not take responsibility for my assumption of what they say and mean, I become too arrogant. And anytime I become too arrogant, it is because they don't like she doesn't share her boundaries and like her needs clearly. And so anytime I take responsibility of my assumption, she actually gets into a position in which she takes responsibility, and she also takes responsibility and shares her boundaries and needs. And this is how our our relationship develops. It becomes more conscious, more intimate, more like emotionally deep, and we trust each other more and more. So again, my friend, you should be the one who takes responsibility for the rejection you feel with your specific person. If you don't, you cannot expect them to love you. So you should love yourself first. And now here is where I would guide you to another video I have in my channel. It's actually a practice, a guided meditation that you can try if you feel rejected, because through it you will be able to release that rejection and then put yourself in a position in which you can attract your specific person that maybe has gone no contact to you back to you, so that you can experience again the love and affection you want from one another, if it is meant to be. I cannot guarantee that, because again, it's like the purpose of relationships, the way I perceive them, and the way I apply this in my life and in the people in my client's life, is that our relationships, they're a direct reflection of who we are on the inside. So they're here to help us become more committed to our own spiritual journey, our own self-awareness journey. And if we're committed to learning from our relationships, then it is only natural to experience only conscious, uplifting, and meaningful relationships. So, my friend, if this is an intention of yours, I would also suggest that you join my Facebook community where you receive a free 3-day mini course that will help you attract and experience only conscious, uplifting, and meaningful relationships. Because in this 3-day mini course, you learn all the tools you can use to consistently become committed to learning from the reflection that your relationships are giving to you all the time. And if this is the case, again, think about it. If you're always learning from your relationships, then you always feel confident and secure. And now Neville states that that feeling is the secret. So if you want to feel if you want a like long-term romantic relationship with your specific person, then you would naturally feel confident and secure within that relationship. So if you were to feel that these feelings of confidence and security beforehand, if you're able to maintain those feelings consistently in your everyday life, in the relationship that you are already having with your specific person, then it will naturally deepen and get to the next level, because you will be feeling the feelings of the future in the present, and the feelings of the future, when you feel them in the present, they will attract that future to you. So you wouldn't have to worry about like constantly being insecure, anxious, and like trying to win them back, because if your focus is on learning from everything that your relationships reflect back to you, I promise you, my friend, you will have the most beautiful and loving and kind and conscious and uplifting and transparent relationships that you can only dream of. So I hope you found this video to be useful. If this is the case, and if you again want to join the Facebook community where you can get access to this 3-day mini course for free, you can follow the link in the description. And I also attached this video with the guided meditation that if you were to try right now, you experience again the feeling of ease and relief by letting go of the feelings of rejection and getting back into a state of confidence and security about the relationship you're pursuing with your specific person. That being the case, this was everything I wanted to share. If you enjoyed the video, like it, comment down below, let me know what is your experience. I really care about my audience. I will probably get back to you in like 24 hours or something. So comment down below, let me know what's your experience. Subscribe to the channel if you are new to it. And if you're committed to experience only conscious and uplifting relationships with everybody in your life, again, this is the perfect place where you can spend your time in YouTube, because this is my intention with my channel. This is my purpose, and all the content I create here will be related specifically to that intention. Thank you again for watching. I love you, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.